Jackie Chan and John Cena head up a Netflix film as generic as its title. Let's talk about Hidden Strike. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my spoiler-free review for the new Netflix film Hidden Strike. This is streaming right now, and it's currently #1 on the Netflix top 10 as I'm filming this, and a movie I have never even heard of until I saw it pop up at #1 on Netflix's top 10 yesterday. Usually I at least hear about some of these movies, but I saw that, I'm like, I didn't know John Cena had a Netflix movie out. I didn't know Jackie Chan was in a new movie. Part of it may be from the fact that it was filmed 5 years ago, but we'll launch into all of this here in just a moment. First, let me welcome you in to Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding my video here. We've got a ton of great movie and TV reviews for you to check out. I try to post something new just about every day for your viewing pleasure, so think about subscribing down below there. If you're not one of my subs already, would love to have you aboard in that capacity. Like this video, comment on it below. All that stuff does help the channel out, and I certainly appreciate it. All right, so I sort of mentioned, in the title here, or in the opening, that the movie itself is as generic as the title. I couldn't even remember the title as I started prepping for this video. I was like, what the heck? I just watched it yesterday, and I was like, what the heck was that thing called? It's so generic. So I ended up going to John Cena's filmography and just scrolling down, and it reminded me that he actually has several things going on right now, because he is one of the voices in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that just opened. I'll have a review of that soon once I see it with my nephew. But he also has a cameo in a very popular movie out right now as well, and then he's got this Hidden Strike movie, and he was just in Fast X like a month and a half, 2 months ago. So the guy's very, very busy, obviously, and like I said, though, this was filmed 5 years ago, so it's not like it's top of mind for him probably either. But let me just read you the generic byline for this movie. Two former soldiers face nonstop danger as they travel along one of the most dangerous roads in the world. All right. It's one sentence, and you already used the word danger twice. So, look, that is the very, very generic synopsis of this movie. It's not inaccurate, but I couldn't write a better one, really. The two men clash. Their personalities don't match up. Big shock. We see this all the time. John Cena, very, very likable dude. I think his movie choices are a little hit or miss for sure. Jackie Chan, I sort of missed the train on, like, the heyday of Jackie Chan in America, like the Rush Hour movies and stuff. I just, I was in college at the time. I didn't have a car to get to the theater. So it's like I saw very, very few movies, for those few years in the 90s until I finally got a car. But, the recent output from Jackie Chan has, let's be honest, not great. He did that movie with Johnny Knoxville, right, a couple years ago that was pretty horrible. Another very generic title. I couldn't even tell you what it was called if you gave me $1,000. But the fact that this was filmed 5 years ago and then sat on the shelf in limbo, it seems like this would be a perfect candidate for a direct-to-DVD movie or a streaming movie. I don't know what the thought process was of, let's just sit on this and see what happens. I mean, John Cena has been very, very popular the last few years, so you could have released it, during COVID, even give somebody something else to watch, at home or whatever. But whatever the thought process was, this sat on the shelf a long time, and you could see why. The most surprising thing I would say about this movie is the absolute lack of chemistry between these two leads. John Cena, we've seen him play off of a lot of different people, and really, Jackie Chan maybe a little less so, because he seems to play off of a similar type a lot, right, in these action movies. But look, we've seen him in some more comedic related movies, and he has good chemistry with a few people there. I was surprised at just really how the chemistry was like zero. It was completely absent, and it rendered every scene just sort of very monotonous and uninteresting and unengaging, to be completely honest. And then the other really bad part about this movie, other than, look, the complete lack of originality in the plot and the script and everything else, but the CGI is really overwhelmingly bad as well. Especially as we get more towards the end, and there's mountain scenes and stuff like that. It's it's really glaringly apparent. And look, obviously, this is one of these movies. It launches. People say, "Oh, John Cena's in this," or "Jackie Chan's in this." Whatever floats your boat. So people watch it. It's number one on Netflix. It will be so for probably a handful of days, and then will fade from consciousness immediately, and no one will like ever even speak of this movie again. That's I like I said, I couldn't even remember the title less than 24 hours after I watched it. It's just so generic in every way, shape, or form. Now, in the one plus column, okay, because I'm not going to fail this movie. It's close, but I'm not going to do it because the one sort of positive thing about this movie is the Jackie Chan action stuff. The guy still has it. It's great to see him on screen. He's in his, I think maybe early 70s now, but when he filmed this, it would have been, in his 60s. But, the fact that he is still, and as a viewer, that you're watching the master, at work, he is doing most of, right, if not all of his own stunts and fight choreo and stuff and parkour. Like, it's really, he does a great job with it. So when there's no dialogue between the two, when they're not, spitting out barbs at each other, trying to one-up each other with the insults or, whatever it is, and it's just like purely action, and we don't have to worry about bad CGI or whatever if it's kind of a grounded scene or whatever. The fight stuff is actually pretty good and may remind you of some, earlier Jackie Chan stuff. But even if it doesn't, the fact that he's still doing this into his 60s, is impressive. So for that, I'm not going to fail this movie, but it's damn close. I leave Hidden Strike with a D. If you are so inclined, you can check this out now on Netflix. All right, thank you for watching Dan Reviews It. We'll see you next time. Bye.